All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Coffee with Chris. Grab your coffee and let's get started. So episode 1 of Coffee with Chris. What are we doing with here? What is going on? What is this thing that I'm doing? So if you're watching on the channel, if you're listening on the podcast, let me just start off by saying I really appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to putting this out and seeing what happens, what it does, where it goes, if anywhere. Probably not. It's probably going to crash and burn, but that's okay, because you know what? Having fun. So what is Coffee with Chris? So Coffee with Chris is my idea. I've had it for a while. It's been on my heart to... I've got lots of thoughts and opinions on things. And things are getting crazy. But this is primarily related to, we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about marketing, some advertising, but also things that aren't necessarily business or marketing or advertising related. Sometime it's going to be about lifestyle, habits. When I say lifestyle, I don't mean like, oh, look at my shirt. Doesn't my shirt look cool? No, it's not going to be about not clothes. Definitely not clothes. No. But it's going to be, either business or basically how to live. Goals, habits. What's your morning routine look like? There's going to be a lot of basically topics that help make you better are things that I want to talk about, are things that I want to focus on. So that's going to be what Coffee with Chris is really about. Like, just to give you an example, so the next couple of things that I'm going to talk about, not here on today's episode necessarily, but on the future up and coming episodes, I can tell you we're going to talk about things like, why reading is essential, but also a waste of time. 3 books that have changed my life. 4 ways you can get more out of your life. Chess and strategy. The number 1 thing making you lose in business. Do you have these particular essentials for living? So it's going to be, that's just a couple of the episodes that I've got planned already. Actually reminds me I need to add 1 to this list. If that's okay, I can do that later. But that's what Coffee with Chris is going to be about. My goal, my hope for you is that you get as much value as I can possibly put into it. I want this to be a valuable experience. I want this to be a great learning experience. And I want this to be a way that I can really connect with people. If you look at the internet is so powerful, being able to connect with people, being able to put out content and have your voice heard, with your own unique opinions, unique outlook. And that's really the goal here. So that's what I want to do. I want to help you live your life. Let me teach you how to live. Not quite that. But to, I've been doing this for a long time. I've learned a lot about business, about marketing, about advertising. And I love reading books on productivity, habits, goals, success. I enjoy reading biographies. Also love chess, if you couldn't tell by one of the titles of the upcoming episode. And so that's what we're going to get into. Right now, I don't know if it's going to be every day, every week, every couple of days per week. It will be on a consistent schedule, but I really don't know what that schedule is going to be like. I originally intended on just a single week per episode. right? Not that the episodes would take a week, but that I would release them weekly. All right, so once a week on Mondays or Fridays was the original intent. But, as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm having so much fun. And I am thinking about doing this over the last week or two. I've just gotten excited. Gotten excited to be able to put this together, to be able to put this out there. Create content, add value to the internet. Which is really my goal here. If I'm not adding value to the internet, then I'm just wasting other people's hard drive spaces, which, would be fine. But that's not the intent here. The intent is to provide as much value as I can to you, the listener. So, if you enjoy this, the idea of this, what's coming, if there's certain things you want me to talk about, that could be business or marketing or advertising related, or goals, success, productivity, how to live your life, please leave those in the comments. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, head down to the comments section. If you are listening on a podcast, there may or may not be a comment section, but feel free to shoot me an email. My email is chris@christopherwsmith.com, and you'll reach me. That is what it is. If not, you can always go to my website. There is a contact form there under the business section. And let me know what you want me to talk about. I am always open to listening and hearing what you have that you want me to talk about, because ultimately this is about you. I'm not putting this together just to hear myself talk. I don't necessarily like to hear myself talk. So this isn't for me. This is for you. And I want to provide as much value as I possibly can. So let me know. And if you're getting some value out of this, if you're excited for what's coming, just as I'm excited for what's coming, feel free to hit, on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening on a podcast, please subscribe. And, keep up with it. Keep up with these episodes, of where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'd love to connect with you. Right now I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have other accounts, like Twitter, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. You can find me on all of those. But I prefer Instagram. I prefer Facebook. Reddit's pretty good. And yeah, let's connect. I'd love to connect with you, hear your story, hear what you're going through, and see if there's any way I can provide value in your life. I said provide value quite a couple of times here just in the last couple minutes. So since this is the first episode, let me just clarify, I'm not here to sell you anything. This isn't to connect with you to tell you about my 10-step program for building a successful business, or buy my course, or anything like that. This isn't for that. I have other websites where I will sell courses eventually. I don't do it today. That's the game plan for down the line, but it's not today. I don't want to do it. I don't necessarily need to do it. And I spent a good amount of the last couple years trying to not provide as much value, in launching businesses. And it showed with how successful they weren't. So that's what we're doing here, providing value. Gonna have some coffee or whatever, your drink of choice. If you're watching this in the afternoon, maybe some lemonade or something else. Totally up to you. I'm having some coffee. I love coffee. I drink it all the time, every day. Before I go to bed, when I wake up, it does not keep me from sleeping, which has been great so far. So the one big question I have for you today is, what are you, given what I've said so far, what we're doing here in this Coffee with Chris, what is something that you're interested in learning about? You know, is there a business question or a marketing question, mindset, success, productivity, goals? You know, let's dive in and make this the best experience for you we can. All right, so thank you so much for listening to this first episode. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Kind of playing it by ear. And, if you've gotten any value, if you want to keep up with what's going on, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that bell notification or bell icon to get a notification every time I release a new video. If you are on a podcast, you can subscribe. Please comment, rate, and review. I'd love to hear feedback, good and bad. If you think this is a great idea, you also love coffee and business and marketing, success, things like that, and you think it's great, great. If you think I'm a dumb, ugly idiot who should have never thought of this idea at all, also great. That's fine. Whatever. But I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to connect. So please, keep up with it. And I will see you on the next episode where we talk about why reading is essential, but also a waste of time. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you next time with Coffee with Chris. Thanks, and have a great day.